Jay Linesider here. Welcome to my garage. As you can see, I have my L2 paddleboard set up in the garage, and I have this nice bracket here, and I'll link the description, but I believe you can get these on Amazon, but this is how I have it stored. I used to have it outside for at least 2 years, so that's why it looks a little rough. And then I would store my son's paddleboard, which started the whole fishing craze, on the paddleboard right next to it. So this particular stand holds 2 paddleboards. You can put 2 kayaks in it, but anyway, it's nice. You can mount it on the wall too, I believe, if you do it at an angle. Now, as far as the paddleboard itself is concerned, you're going to want to store it with these open a little bit. Believe it or not, these holes were open, and then I just put this on and leave it on for transport. And I'll show you my headlights in a minute, or tail lights in a minute, that I put on. Now, one of the features that I use that helps me carry it, I have a heavy duty rope right here, and I put my anchor line and my windsock sea anchor in here also, but this is in there nice and good, and it allows me to lift the paddleboard up when I got to put it in the back. Oh, it's a little loose here. Can't have that happening. But anyway, this comes off nice and easy if I ever need to take it off for whatever reason. But yeah, you're going to want a heavy duty rope here. Now, this is another nice feature, and I'll show you how I'll transport it with this shoulder strap. This shoulder strap also comes with 2 other pieces that I don't use that go around the bottom of the board. But for short carries, I don't really use this. I don't use those other ones. I just put this on, and then, you have your nice mounts right here. I think these are Yak Attack mounts, and you got 2 points where you can pick it up, and this is kind of right in the middle. I've actually, if you've seen my videos, you can see I actually leave this on. I wasn't sure if I was going to do that, but it's better than the handle that it comes with in the middle. That you always step on the middle of the board, and I was always annoyed about stepping on the handle in the middle, and as you could see from where it's worn and torn, that's where I stand all the time. So actually, I put this, when I'm fishing right here, it hardly ever gets in my way. Sometimes it'll flop overboard and cause a little drag, and then I'll have to pull it back in, but that really it stays on board and doesn't get in my way. Now, here's my cup holders, and these holders I'll show you later. I think I showed you before in my other video. This is where I strap my cooler over here, my dry box with all my stuff on it, and my rod holder that has my rod holders. I have this optional laundry basket I kind of came up with. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't, but I can throw a bucket of shrimp over in there and use those. I also throw garbage in there when I find other people's lines in the trees and stuff like that, or if I clip some lines, I'll throw it in there, and it comes off rather easily. Now, also in the back, for lifting the back part, I have this heavy duty rope, and that stays on there all the time, never gets in the way of anything really. And as I mentioned in my other video, I have these crazy looking fish beer coolies. These work great to keep the front from getting smashed when I push it up against the very front of the bed of my truck, and I'll show you how I do that in a second. But anyway, this is what it looks like when I bring it back in, and it's stored for the next adventure. Speaking of which, hopefully I'll get out tomorrow, but it's been windy as heck for like 5 days straight. So Yeah, have been fishing, shooting videos about paddle boards and storage instead. Wish I was out there, but it's pretty windy right now. All right, now we're coming over to the truck end of the equation here. This is a Toyota Tundra. I'd have these stainless steel rings right here, and these come off really easy if I have to do something else. But anyway, I found that these straps, and I have these NRS 12, I found that these are really good straps. I only need 2 of these to hold my board, as I'll show you when I get it in there. But anyway, when you're adjusting it, it's much better to have this round ring rather than trying to adjust it through this oblong, tear-shaped snap thing here. So that's that end, and of course on the other side I have the same thing. And now I also, on my truck bed, have this. Sometimes I strap down my dry box. I have straps on the dry box, and I'll put the dry box right in here. It fits in here nicely, and I'll drop it in there before I put the paddleboard on. It's important to put that in before you put the paddleboard on. It works a lot nicer. And I have another one on this side in case I want to just throw my boots in the truck. If they're all sandy, gross, I'll throw them in there, or anything really. I can put my bait bucket. So the other day I got shrimp. I strapped my shrimp down with this to make sure it didn't fall out. This side is the same thing. Now on my tailgate, I have this a little bit modified. I got this King Starboard, and I'm as you can see, I'm no carpenter or anything. I'm a lawyer, so I didn't do the greatest job, but I used the original holes, except for that one wouldn't fit, and I screwed it in just using larger screws. So this helps me slide my board, especially initially. When you get that initial few inches, it slides and it keeps the board from getting scuffed up. I also have some tape on the bottom of mine that I'll talk about that I use to keep the bottom of the board from getting scuffed up. And what the object is like, I put my board here and then I have it up at like an angle, and I'll slide it up like this as much as I can, and then I'll keep the nose up as much as I can, and then I'll put it in. Now this, I found, keeps it from moving around during transport. Also keeps the bottom from wearing out and rubbing on the rough bottom of the surface of the bed of the truck. But it is harder to push, so if you don't like that, you don't have to use that. But I like it. It kind of like keeps everything stabilized. But it's going to be harder to push up there unless you keep the tilt of the board up like this, and hopefully I'll be able to show you that. I tilt it up as much as I can till I get too much weight, and then it kind of falls down, and then you can just push hard, and you'll see me do that here in a second. I'll demonstrate that. All right, what I'm going to try to do here is go for the grab this strap, put it on my shoulder, try to carry it straight to my truck. Hopefully I'll be able to see most of it, if not all of it, and then I'll give it a pause, because I'm going to set it up on an angle just on the ground, and then I'll show you from a different point of view, me actually pushing it up onto the truck bed. So here we go. See if I can not catch that flag on anything. I do have a herniated disc, so I have to kind of be careful. Hopefully I won't knock over the camera. All right, I've cleared successfully the mounting board. Now I'm going over to the truck. All right, as you can see, I got it into position. I'm going to show you how it glides forward easily when you have it at this extreme angle on the starboard, and hopefully you'll be able to see that. You won't be able to feel it, but I'm not going to use much power when I'm doing pushing it. Here we go. Deep knee bends for the back. As long as I'm riding it like this, very easy to slide. And I'm going between those channels. All right, now I met resistance. I'm feeling the front of the bed of the truck behind the passenger's back seat. So there, that's all there is to it. It's in there. Now what I'll do next is I'll put the straps on, and I don't need a lot of straps with this method. When I feel it's fairly secure, then I'll tuck these straps in here. Well, let's get it straight. Here's the little wiggle test I like to do. It's pretty secure. Back over here. Tuck it in. And that's basically all there is to it. Secure as could be. Now I usually don't ride with it open. I usually put that bed cover down, but I wanted you to be able to see, you know, the whole effect and how it looks in there. The tip here is about 6 feet past the end of the bumper, so that means at night you need to have lights on the back of this thing, unfortunately. If you have a Tundra and it's this SR5, I'm showing 79 inches to the back of the bed, and to the end of the tailgate got a little more than 102 inches to right there. But I believe the law, and you'll need to look this up for yourself, don't depend on me, but I believe the law, you know, measures from the back of your bumper to wherever the back is. And of course you always need to have a flag on there like this according to Florida law, but what I'm going to discuss now is my understanding of the law as far as nighttime travel with something hanging out the back like this. Alright, so this is what I came up with for my system that I use to put my trailer lights on. This is a trailer light kit. I know you carpenters, an electrician, you other handyman will be laughing at this, but this is what I came up with. And I even have the side lights put on here, but it's been working now for a good, I don't know, 6 months that I've been transporting the boat out of my garage and on my truck bed. You can see my not so good handiwork on there, but what I'm going to do is the board has tracks. We'll put these in the tracks. Going to put these through this hole and through that hole right there, as you'll see, and then I'll secure these down with these two nuts, and then of course you got to plug it in. All right, this is what it looks like on, and as you could see, I got these tightened down. They're in this track right here that runs along this line with this one right here. Runs along this line. That hole lines up right there. And then, of course, the other one is over here. It's in this track right here that you can't see, but it fits nicely. I like to put the flag on the front because you have these nice little drain plug holes that I actually like the rope when I had the rope in there better than these giant zip ties. But yeah, I'm gonna probably switch that back. But yeah, when I get to my location, I just unhitch them like that. It's like a stainless steel clip for like a dog leash kind of situation. And yeah, and then of course before you take off, you want to do one last check just like you would with any trailer. You hit the key, make sure the lights are working, both working. Double check, the stability of the board. Give it a little shake. It's in there. Like the whole truck's shaking, the board's not shaking. Double check, make sure the strap's tight. Make sure your strap's tucked in like that so it's not flopping all around. Make sure nothing else is in the bed. It's gonna fly out. There's nothing in my basket right now, although I use that basket when I'm transporting it. On the way back, I'll throw my boots in there. I'll throw I'll throw all my messy stuff. I'll throw my anchor in there. I'll throw my drift sock in there. All the stuff that's covered with mud, I'll throw it in that basket up there, and that's really the best thing that it's for. Make sure your other strap's secure. Nothing's gonna fly out, and yeah, you're ready to go out and slay them the next day. There's one other thing I want to show you. I do have a lock, and I'll show you how you can secure the board with a lock. And of course, any lock is, subject to how determined the thief is. But this is a pretty good lock if you're, you got to run into the bait store or Walmart or something like that. Okay, I have the cable running through my bumper there. Where you put the chains for your trailer, the emergency chains. If there's a better place I could put it, you guys let me know. But that's what I came up with as far as this video is concerned, and I really haven't used this too much, needed to, but I think that's a pretty secure place. I have the cable lock running through this right here, and you really can't go backwards too very far. It's pretty tight right here, so if you were to try to pull it out, I don't think it would work. I think you're gonna have a hard time getting this out because you need to go back at least 2 feet to get it off of here, and there's not 2 feet of slack on there, so it's at least a deterrent to any would-be thieves while you're in the bait store. This is the tape I was telling you about. I'll link in the description where you can get that. Works pretty good. I've had to replace it once, but it is kind of expensive tape, but saves the bottom of your board, helps you push it up in there. But yeah, that's the whole setup, and yeah, hopefully we'll be able to go tomorrow, and it won't be as windy as today. All right, tight lines, Jay.